Hi everyone, my name is Akosua Hanson of the Y Lounge on YFM, and I'm here with Muse Africa. So it's not easy for women to actually come out to speak up if you do not solve the societal problems of the shaming and the abuse that happens when women speak up. So let's solve that problem first, and then we can talk about women speaking up and being protected adequately when they actually speak up. No, we are not. There are blurred lines between what is sexual harassment and what is flirting and what is okay. Like, I mean, I've been in lots of environments where they feel like it's okay to hug you even if you've not asked for a hug. It's like, oh, come, I'm going to give you a hug. It's what we do. We are cool. We are cool like that. But actually, you need to understand the person's private space. You need to understand and let the person give you consent into that private space, which is what a lot of people don't know, which is why I actually started running a campaign that's Let's Talk Consent, which is a sex education workshop we run in high schools and universities, because fact is a lot of people do not understand that someone's body and their space is their private space. They actually have to ask for consent for. And thus there's a lot of blurred lines. There's a lot of time when people would be like, oh, I feel like I was harassed, and the person would be like, oh, I was just flirting with you, but the flirting is harassment because you are intruding on someone's personal space and their agency, basically. Yes, I do think social media, etc., do have influence on the way women are treated, because social media, film, theater, all the cultural tools are actually reflections of society. People see that and they feel like, oh, it's okay to do this. I remember there was this video by an artist, I don't want to mention his name, where it was basically stalking. The whole video was a guy just chasing this girl. It was a music video, just chasing this girl, and kept worrying her and for her consent, and that kind of coercion, that kind of force. People will say, oh, this is a chase, but sometimes it does cross the line into stalking when the person told you a no the first time, or no the second time, or no the third time. But when someone sees that and sees, oh, this big artist do something like this, they make you think, oh, it's okay, this is what people like them do, so it's what I can do. So social media, films, culture, all those cultural tools actually are very important, and have big influence in the way we treat women, and we feel it's okay to treat women. Are women in the media doing enough to stand against sexual harassment? Is society doing enough to stand against sexual harassment? Why does that onus have to lie on women who are primarily the victims, but then men are also harassed as well? And so it's not just the women. Do not also put the stress and the onus of solving sexual harassment on people who are mostly the victims. You have to actually deal with the perpetrators first. Let them have that conversation first. Let us all have that conversation on speaking up. It shouldn't be just one side of society. It should be all of us. Yes, I do think Ghanaian culture promotes sexual harassment, but not even specifically Ghanaian culture. It's actually a patriarchal culture where we make it feel that it's okay to objectify women. It's okay to have women as sexual objects. So I mean, sometimes when even someone is chasing you and you're like, no, it's like, what do you mean? It's how you've been trained. It's what we do with our sex ed workshops, where maybe boys are told that what happens is you have to be the aggressor, be the leader, do the chasing, and the woman has to play hard to get or submissive. And all of these things actually set rape culture, because in fact, just think about it, you set a predator-prey thing when you have a chaser and someone who's always trying to pretend that she doesn't want to be chased. So the chaser gets the person who doesn't want to be chased, and when the person who doesn't want to be chased says no, the chaser just overrides it because that's what they've been taught. So this is this culture of predator prey, how we train boys to be boys, how we train girls to be girls, actually does promote sexual harassment. It does promote rape culture. So in that sense, we have to actually rethink what we think about gender, what we think about gender stereotypes, what we think about what is acceptable cultural behavior. It's bigger than a school problem, but if we're going to start from schools, it has to be how we talk about our sex education. For instance, Sex education shouldn't just be, I'm going to teach them HIV and pregnancy, so don't have sex. Sex education should be a real conversation about sex, its pleasure, and then HIV, and then all of those other things, and then consent, most importantly, which is what we are trying to do. And I feel like mainstreaming a wholesome sex education based on gender theory and consent is actually what will be a revolution in the culture, is what I'll say. Hi, my name is Akosua Hanson, and I'm standing with Muse Africa as they celebrate International Women's Day and the patriarchy, people, and the patriarchy.